Have you ever watched your boss choose a plan that was clearly about to create a small corporate fire, opened your mouth to say something, and then pictured your own name being written on the extinguisher bill, so you stayed quiet? The plan failed. 3 weeks later, everyone acted surprised. And you performed the ancient workplace ritual of staring at your screen while thinking, I knew this would happen. Speaking up feels dangerous because disagreement at work is never processed as information alone. When the person above you hears, I think this is wrong, their brain may also hear, you missed something, in front of everyone, and I noticed. None, nah. That second message is the one that starts the fight. The goal is not to become fearless, blunt, or weirdly passionate about being the smartest person near a conference table. It is to challenge the decision without challenging the person's right to make it. There is a way to do that before the moment, during it, and after it. But first, you need to understand why being correct is not enough. Your nervous system understands hierarchy long before your employee handbook does. A boss controls things you care about: assignments, access, evaluations, flexibility, promotion, and whether your next Tuesday becomes normal or mysteriously awful. So when you consider disagreeing, your brain does not run a clean debate calculation, it runs a social risk calculation. Will the first look negative, disloyal, difficult? Will this become my personality in the room? Will every future sentence arrive wearing a tiny name tag that says, here comes the problem person? That fear is not irrational. Organizations often say they want candor, then reward people who make candor comfortable, so silence becomes the cheapest short-term option. You avoid friction now and quietly purchase a much larger problem later. The trouble is that repeated silence trains the room too. People stop looking to you for judgment, your boss assumes agreement, and when the bad outcome arrives, I knew it, has no professional value, because knowledge that never entered the decision might as well not have existed. You do not need to speak every objection. You do need a better filter than fear. Now imagine you do speak. That won't work. Yo-chummed, honest, efficient, also socially shaped like a brick. Blunt disagreement creates 3 problems at once. First, it removes the boss's path to dignity. The decision is now publicly attached to being wrong. Second, it forces an immediate status response. If they reverse course on the spot, it can look as though authority moved across the table to you. Third, it gives them nothing to move toward. You have attacked the current option without building a safer alternative. This is why facts sometimes make people dig in. The more publicly cornered someone feels, the more expensive changing their mind becomes. The hidden mechanism is face protection. Face is the social picture a person is trying to maintain. Competent, informed, decisive, still in charge. Threaten that picture, and the conversation stops being about the plan. It becomes about restoring the picture. You can be completely right and still lose because you made agreement feel like surrender. The strongest disagreement begins with alignment, not apology. Do not say, sorry, but I disagree. That sounds like you are entering a fight while asking permission to exist in it. Instead, name the shared goal and move the conflict onto the root. I want the Friday launch too. I see one delivery risk in the current sequence. Now you and your boss are standing on the same side of the table, looking at a problem together. This is not fake agreement. You are not praising a bad plan or performing loyalty theater. You are separating intent from method. The goal can be good while the root is dangerous. That separation protects face because it lets the boss update the plan without renouncing the goal or their authority. Then replace verdicts with tests. Instead of, this won't work, try, what would have to be true for this to work by Friday? Instead of, the client will hate it, try, can we pressure test how the client may read this change? Instead of, you're underestimating the workload, try, could we map the handoffs before we commit? I think one dependency is hidden. Questions are not magic. A smug question is still a verdict wearing glasses. The point is to create a joint inspection, not conduct a courtroom cross-examination. Before the meeting, decide what kind of disagreement this is. Is it a preference, a reversible risk, or a costly one-way door? Preferences need restraint. Reversible risks need a test. One-way doors deserve a clear warning. If the issue is sensitive, pre-wire it privately. Send a short note or ask for 2 minutes before the meeting. I support the outcome. I found one risk that may come up in the room. Can I walk you through it first? Private preview removes the ambush. It gives your boss time to think without an audience, and sometimes lets them introduce the concern themselves. During the meeting, use a 4-part frame. 1. Alignment. I agree we need to shorten the timeline. 2. Observation. The vendor approval still takes 5 business days. 3. Consequence. If we skip that window, launch moves from controlled risk to guesswork. Hose. 4. Option. Could we keep Friday for the pilot and move the full release to Tuesday? Goal. Fact. Consequence. Option. Notice what is missing: accusations, mind reading, and a 12-minute autobiography about the last time nobody listened. Ho school. Keep your tone calm and your sentence finite. Say the concern, offer the route, then stop. Do not bury the useful point under 6 defensive paragraphs spoken out loud. And choose timing like it matters, because it does. Correcting a small detail in front of 15 people can cost more face than raising a major concern in private. If the room does not need the disagreement, move it out of the room. Sometimes you frame it perfectly and still hear, "We're doing it this way." Your next move is not to repeat yourself with additional volume. Clarify the decision and preserve the record. Understood. Before we close it, do you want the risk noted in the launch plan, or should I treat Friday as the final priority? That sentence does 3 useful things. It confirms authority, it makes the trade-off visible, and it prevents your concern from dissolving into office fog. If the risk is ethical, legal, safety-related, or materially harmful, use the established escalation route. Calm framing is not a substitute for reporting serious misconduct. For ordinary business disagreements, once the decision is clear, disagree and commit. Support the chosen route without pretending you never raised the concern. Afterward, send a neutral recap. We agreed to keep the Friday launch. I'll proceed with the current sequence and monitor the vendor approval risk. If approval slips past Wednesday, I'll flag the Tuesday fallback. That is documentation without drama. No "as I warned you," no digital smirk, no email written for the future courtroom in your imagination. The people who disagree well are not the loudest people in the room. They are the people who make it easy for the room to update. They protect the shared goal, they expose the trade-off, they offer a route forward, and they leave authority where it belongs while still contributing judgment. Before the moment, classify the risk and pre-wire sensitive concerns during it. Align, observe, name the consequence, offer an option. After it, confirm the decision, document the trigger, and commit unless the issue requires escalation. You are not trying to win a small public trial against your boss. You are trying to improve the decision without making improvement feel humiliating. Because if your brilliant objection requires another person to lose face before they can accept it, congratulations, you have invented a correct answer nobody can safely use. If this gave you a better sentence for your next difficult meeting, subscribe to Office Tells. And tell me in the comments, what is the sentence your boss says when the decision is already made?